Hey everybody, I'm just back on, just doing something briefly, a basic continuation with this morning's Blog Talk Radio program that went for about 2 hours, as well as I just did a little over an hour about 30 minutes ago while on my Facebook timeline page. So just wanted to put some additional information out today on Ascension symptoms. And just want to keep people abreast of some things also of what I'm doing. I just completed just now my ebook, my latest book, which is an ebook right now, my second book. I'm working on the paperback version. Already have my ISBN number for it, and I have it in Kindle ebook format. I have my ASIN number from Amazon.com. It's called my book that I just completed. I've been working on it since June. It's a channeled book called The Wisdom of Akhenaten as I Am. And I spell Akhenaten Ahkenaten. And I do that for a reason. I don't leave everything up. I'm not an Egyptologist, I'm not an archaeologist, but I'm a spiritual person, and I've been dealing with the vibration of Akhenaten as far back as 2003, and it went up to 2006, and then kind of went off and came back again, 2009, and ever since. So you'll want to get this. This is a channeled book called The Wisdom of Akhenaten as I Am, and that information is presented to me as I was one of his many initiates and close compadres back during his time, along with he and Nefertiti. Now, I'm not the only one. There are many other people around the world who have their remembrances there because we all are sharing the multi universal theme. So we all have an experience with Akhenaten, with Nefertiti, Isis, Osiris, Ptah, um, Thoth, or Tahuti. And so everybody has had these experiences. It's not just a small fraction of people. It's the same as, you decide for have your soul to come through the presence of your mother and father, right? And you don't have 100% of your father in you. You don't have 100% of your mother in you. You have a little of each of their genetic codes inside of you. So it's the same way with all of these ancient forms. Um, we have them within our being, and it's coming out at this time. Others came out earlier, later. Mine is coming out now, as of since 2009 on a regular basis. So I wrote this book. Actually, it's channeled. It's his title, The Wisdom of Akhenaten as I Am, meaning the I Am presence, the great central sun being the I Am presence, uh, Cyrus B, all of that, everything rolled into one. It's a very short ebook. It's only 56 pages long. The paperback book is only 56 pages long. So it's very concise to the point, but it explains briefly and directly why Akhenaten was being, thumbs down by the priesthood during his time. And when you hear this information, it's going to make sense because even though he was looked down upon for attuning himself to the great central sun, you're going to find out in this little short book what he actually taught in his quote unquote mystery schools of in the city of Akhetaten. So we're going to find out and we're going to understand certain things. And it's going to make sense because the things that you understand now that you see over in India, you see there. So you're going to make a connection between all of it. and it's a great book. And again, I'm still working on the paperback copy. Hoping to get that done in about less than a week if I can. But the ebook is being processed. It's being published right now on the Amazon store, and it sells as an ebook for $7.77. When the book is done, the book will sell for $11.11 using those double master numbers in there. A lot of information and time to get it out. Well, what I wanted to talk about today was Ascension symptoms, just a continuation of my morning blog talk radio show for the Thor Ministry Radio Network. I talked about Ascension symptoms, and symptoms are triggers, okay, switches, you might say, that come on. They're signs of something that's happening in the current present moment, or something that's coming to you, an energetic field of energy that's making its presence known, and you're seeing it as triggers around you, signs around you, symbols around you. So it's good to know about these things. And as I mentioned, even last week, I talked about it on my blog talk radio show. Some of these things physically that you experience, health wise, you'll feel like a lot of congestion going on in your throat, in your ears, moments when you don't see clearly. For people who can see all the time, I should be wearing corrective lenses, glasses, but I notice sometimes in the middle of the night, I get up, I don't see clearly out of my right eye, but I see clear as bells out of my left eye until the lights come on in the apartment. Then it's a different story. So we are experiencing these energy shifts, these patterns that are going on around us all the time. And it's happening more and more and more and more and more as it goes on. So you have sinus congestion, never had it before. You might have a runny nose, never had that before. Tightness in the throat, never had that before. You might show signs, symptoms of having asthma, which you haven't had in like 40, 50 years. Now it's back again. Or you never had any asthma, and now you're having the vibrational effects of asthma in your system. Aches and pains, feel like your body is stretching or being contracted. Uh, give you an example. My thumbs were naturally like this, right? At birth, born back. Now, what's happening is this one, I had it fractured during a taekwondo karate Shotokan class in college way back in 1971. So this thumb went from this to here straight. Now, this thumb was in the bent back position. But in the last 2 months, is I've been having the experience from the thumb, tip of the thumb, the knuckle part thumb here, all the way down to here, what happened in 1971 with this hand. And I haven't had any problems. So it feels like a little bit of arthritic condition, but it's not. It's now that energy is bouncing over in the etheric realm into the auric field into my right thumb. And there are times when I don't have a clicking sensation. Like right now, it's okay. But every now and then it feels like it's pulling. So these are some of the things that we're going to have. Some clicking sensations going on with your spine. Some clicking in your neck. You know, you're going to have a lot of tightness around the abdominal area, and then all of a sudden you don't have any stiffness in your knee. All of a sudden you don't have any. You're going to feel like you can't hear. You don't hear anything, and all of a sudden you do. Yet your ears weren't clogged up. These are ascension symptoms, triggers. And the triggers are happening because we need to do something with the physical body. So I know this with the hands, I need to, and the joints, I need to pay attention to nutrition going into my body. I'm aware of that. So I need, this will go away. Later on today, I'm going to make up a green smoothie with apples in it. Tasty. That's going to make this go away. Now, months before it was painful, but I've been having green smoothies for the last week or so, and this is starting to loosen up and go away. So that means the body is calling for certain nutrients, right? Trace minerals and so forth to be ingested so that it could better handle the energetic form of light coming into the auric field, seeping in through the pores of our skin. So the body, we have to start listening to your material, physical body that you're in. You have to start paying attention to it because it needs certain things so it can help you better handle the energy that you find yourself going through, stiffness, whatever, soreness in the muscles. Pay attention. Now, I, for one, I've always had the sweet tooth. Here I am, my mid 60s, and I'm still dealing with it, which means get rid of it. Stop telling myself, make those changes, right? So everything functions better for me. Getting more rest. You might find that, okay, you're a person that can sleep 8 hours a day, and then all of a sudden you're waking up in the middle of the night, and then okay, you come out, you watch some TV, you listen to some, put on a headset, listen to some jazz, some classical music to calm yourself down, some new age meditation music, and the next thing you know, a week is going by, and you're waking up at a certain time of the night. So what happens? What does that mean? Maybe that's you recognize prayer time, meditation time. You're waking up at 2 o'clock consistently, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock consistently. When you wake up and you do your business, you do your spiritual work on yourself or your study and things, then what you find is you don't have those issues. Things change. So that means you start paying attention because the soul is the one that is dictating this process, how to handle these symptoms, how to read these symptoms and signs and symbols, things coming up in your mind during meditation, things you see going on outside yourself, and you start connecting the dots. People that you used to hang out with, you don't feel like hanging out with them anymore. There's some people you want to hang out with, and boom, all of a sudden you're meeting them at certain functions. Now you're making it possible now so that you can interact with all of these new people. So you want to pay attention now to yourself. What is your body calling for? What is your body asking you to do when you're feeling this shift of energy going on? In the word ascension, ION is in there. That means charged particle of light. So the charged particles in the atmosphere is calling us, and we have to pay more attention. People say, don't open your third eye. I'd open it. Don't worry, it's opening anyway. Over here, this region, where the energy from the pineal gland comes in, it allows you to see past, present, and future going on all at the same time around yourself. So you want to allow yourself to study these things. Really study the pineal and the pituitary, what those glands do in your brain. They say pituitary controls the growth of all your other glands, but it also is connected up into your crown chakra, as in the Chinese ancient Taoists or Taoists, Taoist, Taoist or Taoist meditation. They always used to say, the 10,000 things. What are the 10,000 things? Those are the petals opening up on the crown of your head where the hair spirals out. That's the crown. And these 10,000 petals ooze out. That's that Kundalini, the serpentine energy, has struck the pituitary as well as the pineal gland and the spark, just like spark plugs went off, and has done it enough times where the crown chakra that's open anyway continues to open more. So what happens? It was straight like this. You were getting, like they say, tunnel vision. Now it's opened up like a funnel, and now you're receiving more and more and more and more and more information. So we want to start to really pay attention now because we are getting lit up with energy. And the more energy we get, we have to do something to acclimate that energy to be able to receive it and let that energy do its work through our physical form, material body, emotional body, causal body, mental body, spiritual body, emotional body. You might get up and find yourself reading every book you got in your library that you didn't read before. But now with a voracious appetite. You become an avid learner, avid reader. You start going into meditation for yourself, maybe experiencing yoga. Maybe you do kirtan, Kirtan. That's chanting, call and response. So you go to those kind of meditation groups. Person plays what they call a harmonium, sort of like an accordion on the floor, a little organ. And they're calling out a specific chant. They tell you what the chant means. They call the chant out, and everybody sitting out in the audience responds with the chant. Next thing you know, everybody's on the same wavelength, vibrating together, same frequency. Calm mind, calm body comes out of it. Maybe you get together in the park with people doing Tai Chi Chuan or Hatha Yoga. You take your yoga mat out there and you participate. Or you feel like you should be doing Zumba. So you go find a Zumba class, pay your $5, get on in it, and you doing Zumba. Why? Because your body is calling for it. Your body knows. The cell, your memory inside knows what it needs. It just needs to soak in more energy. So we should pay attention, allow ourselves to do that. What are some other ascension symptoms? Fatigue. Feel like you got to go to sleep. Or you're a person that eats a lot. All of a sudden, you're slowing that down. Or you're a person that was super active physically, always had to have something to do. Now you're just, hey, do less, which is more for you. Or you're a person, again, like I say, you like to sleep long hours. Now you sleep instead of 8 hours, you start sleeping 7. Then you start sleeping 6 hours, and next thing you know, you're down to 6 to 5 hours of sleep. Or you like to walk a little bit. Now you're walking more. Really out there walking, and walking. Doing more walking now than anything else. More walking than anything else. It's all about a change. So our energy level rises up, gets higher. You start studying palmistry, numerology, astrology, astronumerology, phrenology, the shape of the forehead, crown, skeletal structure. You start studying reflexology. You start, what are some other things you start looking into? All you know is you need to look into it. Foot reflexology, hand reflexology, symbolic systems. In other words, you're getting into crystal ringing bowls, singing bowls, tuning forks. I have them in my apartment. I'm getting back into them. Start getting into the study of crystals more. Shungite, what's that about? Start wearing some shungite because you're working around computer systems. Everything is changing. We're lighting up now. We're lighting up. So I just wanted to come on briefly and mention this. Soon, hopefully in 2 weeks or less, I'll have my paperback version of my ebook out, The Wisdom of Akhenaten, As I Am. And it's all channeled. It's a very short book, only 56 pages long. The ebook should be finished publishing on Amazon's Kindle ebook store or in their online. And if you're on Facebook with me, you'll be able to get it. I'm on also a new social media as of 2 months ago. It's called MeWe. That's capital M, lowercase e, capital W, lowercase e. MeWe.com. / Francis Revels-Bey, just like that, with no spaces in between. And you could get yourself a free MeWe channel. We can interact. I got 5 different channel groups in there. We can talk about a lot of things. But I'm on Facebook. You just look up Circle of Grace 1. You make sure you got that 1 at the end, not just plain Circle of Grace, but Circle of Grace 1. Look for that emblem. Look for my name, Francis E. Revels-Bey, or Brother Francis Revels-Bey. I'm there. I've got a lot of things going on there. So thank you. Also, a week from this Saturday, I have my 1-day seminar, Mentoring Masters, Entering Mastery Series Part 2. I'll be teaching 5 subject matters. I'll be teaching meditation. I'll be teaching numerology. affirmations and decrees, how to scan and read and sense auras and how to balance them. And I'll also be talking about the spirit of the pendulum, how to work with a pendulum. So the cost of that is $260. If you think you can get in on it now, then you need to email me at iam.circleofgrace1@gmail.com or iam.circleofgrace1@yahoo.com, or call me on my Skype number, which is 505-349-4722, and get in on it. If not, I'm going to be doing some live teleseminars. One I'll be coming up with in November, and early part of November, and I'll do one in the early part of December. Then I kick back off in January with more teleseminars once a month. Also, plenty of Facebook Live, YouTube Live will be going on. I'm going to have some Zoom videos going up soon again, and I'm going to not do so much of the one-day seminars out here, but what I will be doing is this. I'll be putting everything online, so you'll be able to come online with me live. Online over the internet, you'll pay a fee and you'll interact with me 4 or 5 times within a week or a month for the same price. $260, $250, maybe $200. Who knows? Maybe $197. You'll get it. You'll enjoy it. You'll have a great time. All right. Email me, iam.circlegrace1@yahoo.com or iam.circlegrace1@gmail.com. Get an update of everything that's going on, or join me on Facebook if you like. All right, I'm out of here. As Akhenaten says, and the angel of grace say, our grace is your grace. Mother Grace and Grandma Charlotte, who are close to me, maternal mother, Mother Grace in spirit, and her mother, my grandmother, say, and I say, until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you real soon. All right now.